Hello everyone. Every organization wants to expand their businesses at the end of the period and present the great results to the stakeholders. So how can this happen? This can happen by expanding the revenue line or reducing the expense lines. What I mean to say is that when there is a particular constraints, so that the rate at which you can grow internally, if we can manage properly, we can reduce a lot of the expenses that we incur on day-to-day basis, and we can give the stakeholders a huge profitability line at the bottom. So what are the strategies that we need to take in order to achieve this wealth maximization or increase your bottom line? First thing first is that we need to involve our customers in our decision making. They can say that what we need to do, how the product would be perceived by them, what are the better features that they would expect. So if you are able to deliberately contact with your customers and get them satisfied rather than thinking about only growing your business, I think over a period of time we'll have a great customer base, and they know the problem, they use your products on day basis. So they are the right people who can tell you the innovative ideas, how you have to go with your particular product. So first thing first, involve your customers a lot. Secondly, I would like to say that most of the supplies that we take, that is our vendors, need to be regulated properly. What I mean to say by this is that we need to revisit our contracts and agreements with our suppliers and decide if there is a better negotiations or better rates possible to procure these things to our organization. Why I say we have to focus on annual renewal of contracts is that on a longer term, if you have a blanket purchase policy, the vendors would like to benefit, and you would lose an opportunity to see if there are any other new vendors or suppliers who can possibly provide you at a better prices for these products, services that you would aspire to have in your organization, so as to minimize your costs. But you have to always be conscious about not losing the prime vendor and later on suffer on the production process. The third thing that you should look into is you need to reduce your production costs. Production costs are very critical components when it comes to bringing the full efficiencies in your organization. So the material, machines, how effectively they are being utilized, are they at full potential, are they at full capacity to produce you the great results? That has to be looked upon when you see about your production line. Also, at times there can be waste from the production process. So how you motivate your employees and how you get their ideas so as to reduce the waste, and if the waste can be put in into the production bag again, that will be a huge cost savings for the organization. So one must try doing the regular efficiency check for the production and thereby increase margins on your products and services. Fourth thing is that you have to lower your financial costs in the organization. How we can achieve this particular goal is suppose you are taking the insurance contracts on regular basis. You need to see and compare various insurance contracts and compare with the vendors who provide the insurance contracts and take it. Later on, you need to consolidate all the insurance policies and bank accounts so that we have lesser fees and interest to be paid to the banks and premiums to be paid to the insurance companies. So that if you have everything at one place, I think it will work very effectively for the organization to reduce the costs. And also we need to evaluate our insurance policies, whether they are over-insured or under-insured. Depending on that, if it is over-insured, why it is, can the duplication, is there a chance of duplication, can the duplication be removed, or can we have to just find out mix match and work it out with your finance team to arrive at the right prices. So these insights can enormously save lots of money to the organization. Apart from this, when you are planning to take debt, that is an important thing, because you have to when you're planning for the expansion of your business, you need to do the cost benefit analysis properly, because debt has an interest payment that is due. So you have to see the impact on the cash flows and take a right decision. Suppose sometimes taking a over debt and we may fall into a bankruptcy. Those are the situations that any business does not want to see in. But of late, there are many foreclosures and bankruptcies that we see in the industry because of improper management of the debt. So when you are considering the debt, you have to properly evaluate your cash positions, your cost benefit analysis, and also see that these taking over debt hampers the company's ratings in the long run, thereby gets bad reputation for the organization. So try to see what proper mix match that works out for your organization, and this should be considered very thoughtfully. Yet another important way to reduce the cost significantly in the organization is use of virtual technology that is available in the current day. So have a lot of webinars or virtual meetings conducted rather than having onshore visits. You can still have a greater feel and appeal. I don't deny this particular fact, but most of the times, once you have the initial contact with your customer or stakeholder, you can have a great business that can be run using the virtual technologies. Of late, you have great devices from Cisco, Juniper, Avaya and Amazon Connect. There are lots of technologies, Link, Microsoft Link, and Skype for business. There are many things abundant in the current day world, so that you harness this technological appliances, harness this technology ingredients and bring value to your organization, and let's drive our employees to work on more committed and efficient manner. Next important thing that you should see is that you have an efficient time management strategy. This is very important because the commitments that we make to our customers or our clients is very important in winning a business for our company and maximizing the revenue for the organization. So we should drive our employees on day-on-day basis, weekly basis, and have a necessary meetings scheduled, so that how we are going in addressing our customers and how we are always delighting our customers and keeping them upfront for whatever we have committed to them as per the contracts. Doing this so on a regular basis will not only increase the reputation for the organization, but also brings you lots of business for the organization. So the timing is very important strategy. Suppose what is the receivables period, what are the payables period. If you are able to manage it properly, so when do you need to begin your manufacturing process, so that you see the committed supply to your customers. So all these things you should factor in when you plan for the accuracy and best efficiencies for the organization. This will also help to reduce lots of costs that we incur, so that we don't put all the employees on one particular project, get it done, and later point of period we don't have people to do any of the tasks, and terminate them, and we lose the resources. This shouldn't happen. So proper timing of resources, men, material, machines, as I told earlier in production cycle, has to be brought in so as to bring good efficiencies for the organization. Yet another important thing that you should focus is about the occupancy. How much of the floor space that you are utilizing properly in your organization. So if a place is underutilized, you have to pay for the rent, or it doesn't give you the right mix. So whether it is overutilized, try to have optimal utilization, because this is where organization scores and makes most of the things, because these expenses are very high to occupy a busy spot in a city, and conduct the business is very costly. So try to see various other alternative ways. You can inform your employees to have a work from home, or have a once or twice a month connect from home, so that you can keep them prepared for the BCP situations, and also see that you seamlessly be planned to give your full efficiencies time and time again, so that you can maximize your profitability of your organization. Finally, when I say all these points, the most important thing that organizations should always constantly look is about the quality of service and quality of the product. So always the customers keep coming back to back until you deliver them this particular aspect of your organization. You should be a brand to get back to you because of your quality, because of your product assurance that you give to your customer. So once the quality is maintained, I think most of the things will fall into the place, and you'll have a greater revenues, and the business keeps expanding automatically. So the growth that we have discussed at the beginning of this topic will continuously happen until all these things have been properly being delegated in the organization. And also, I would before I close, I want to touch base on internal management reporting is also one of the critical aspects. You need to properly quantify the things. Try to create reports on whatever I have discussed. I mean to say men, material, efficiencies, occupancy. I mean to say evaluating your insurance, evaluating your debt requirements, or validating your vendors, supplies, taking ideas of the customers. So doing this over and over period of time, compare this period over period, prepare the reports for the intern, then take appropriate decisions. Try to delegate the things down through your organizational hierarchy. Let this be part of your informed spend reports. So that you keep informing your employees, saying that, hey, that particular team has done a great job in minimizing the costs, doing this. Why don't you try it out and get it in your departments? So that this brings a lot of efficiency. I personally seen where I have worked in the previous organizations have benefited a lot doing so, and they have reached to the new levels of revenue in dollar amounts. So that has been a significant cost saving ideas that I had opportunity to work on. So I'm sharing you here. Thanks for your patient listening, and have a great day. Cheers. Bye.